Boo. Did I scare you? I hope I did, that would be funny. Because I barely did anything. Oh god, if you think that... Do you think that's scary? Well... Imagine what it's like at Halloween. Oh boy, I don't do trick-or-treating. It's just kids come to your door, and they're like, hello, can we have sweets? And I'm like, get a job, baby? If you want some sweets, there's a Tesco down the road. Go there. I'm not giving you free stuff. And that's why I don't really care about Halloween. Apart from you get to wear a spooky costume, and usually when you're an adult and it's Halloween, you just go to a party and get wasted, so, you know. You know. Job scary. So scary that people censor it. Why would you censor the word job? Also, why would you ask someone to add a role to a server where the whole point is that you're watching a streamer? I don't understand. Someone in the Discord asked, hey, can you add a role that's like going live? And I'm like, well, I can physically do that, but like, why would I? I don't know. Like, why would you want the role that gets you into... Why would you want to be in the Discord of a streamer without knowing when the streamer goes live? Or is it just like getting too many pings or something? Is that it? I think that might be it. You know, people who care about how many pings they get on Discord. I guess some people are like that. I don't know why you would care, but, you know. Wait, you have Discord? Yes, I do. It's mainly just me saying, hey guys, I'm live now. That's pretty much all my Discord is. Or occasionally I will respond to messages, but not often because I'm usually either busy or not using it. Oh god. Anyway, we have to talk. We are speaking. I was in caps lock by accident. There we go. But, and now, I believe, we should, actually... Hello, that is the wrong screen. Hello there. Oh god, I'm in the right place now. I can't believe it. It's time to talk. Always knew you were gay. No! This is not a clickbait stream. This is not a clickbait stream. Oh god. Wait, we can talk? Yes, there is a chat there for you to put your words in. Hello. That's how streams work. Oh god. Yeah, unfortunately for you, I'm not gay. I don't like anybody romantically. Oh god. Neither men nor women. I just don't like kissing, okay? Oh god. So I will avoid it. Some people are here to lurk and don't feel like getting pinged. I was right. It's people who care about how many pings they get on Discord. That's right. There are some people who just never clear out. Always knew you were ace. Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah. I had before I was a VTuber, I had a Discord account that would get upwards of like, you know, it would have like thousands of pings at a time, and I just wouldn't get rid of them. And I'd treat it like a competition every time someone was like, wow, I can't believe I have like, I can't believe I have like 300 pings on my Discord. And then I'm like, 300? Those are rookie numbers. You've got to get those numbers up. Here's 3,000. Oh god. That's what happens when you're in a bunch of esports servers, I guess. Oh god. That's what happens when you're in a bunch of amateur esports discords. You just get pinged all the goddamn time for like, hey, do you want to play game with me? Hey, do you want to play this game with me? Hey, do you want to play games with me? Don't join Discord servers with matchmaking pings. You will just, it'll add up over time constantly, and you don't want those. Like, it doesn't add up as quickly when you're a VTuber, and you have those messages that are like, hello, I'm an artist, please can you, commission me? Because they're always bots. In fact, I'm in a Discord for VTubers, and literally every time, like for new guys, I'm not a new guy, but I like teaching people things about, like, how to do stuff, and, basically, there are some people who don't know that about the art scam bots. You know, the people who are like, hello, here's my portfolio, DM me. And their portfolio is a bunch of AI slop designed to, you know, trick you into giving money to someone who will either not give you a commission or they'll give you a crappy one. You know, that's why, I'm pretty sure that's why VGen exists. So you can go to another website where people are proven to actually do things without, you know, lying to you. And then you can get it. That's right. To new stuff, less scam. Yeah, basically. New people don't know about scams. It's like, I saw a video on Twitter a while ago that was, it was like, a customer brought their phone in, and, it was just, their phone was absolutely full of malware. And, that's at least one thing that my grandma has over a lot of old people. She doesn't have, like, viruses on her phone, but it is full of, like, whenever she gets an ad for, like, a mobile game or whatever, she just downloads it, and it's like, you don't have to do that. Like, her phone's full of, like, Candy Crush clones, pretty much. Oh, God. But she doesn't know how to use, like, Netflix. Right, she got a new internet provider a while back, and, she was trying to set up Netflix on it because with the ISP she got, like, a free month of Netflix. And, we were trying to teach her how to, you know, how to use a Netflix account, but she was having none of it. She was like, oh, I got someone else to do that for me. And it's like, you could have just learnt how to do it yourself. I don't know, but, you know, it was my dad trying to teach her how to make a Netflix account, and, let's just say he's not a very good teacher because he gets stressed out, like, instantly when they don't get it, you know. You know, he's like, where's your email? And she's like, well, I have it written down. It's like, are you using your email on the account? No, I'm using someone else's. Then why aren't you using your own email? And then he gets mad. And he's like, how do you not know how to do this? You're just ignorant and don't want to do it. You know, I think the real reason old people are bad at technology is because, like, they're not used to computers and stuff existing. They're not used to having to use an email and a password for things. They're used to just like, well, this thing does this thing, so I just use it for this. You know, it's like my TV plays the TV channels, and I don't have to, like, log in or anything. That's right. Why are you saying information about me when I want to know how to air blast in TF2? Imagine getting, like, one of those obvious malware ads that's like, here's how to get better at the video games. Oh, God. If anything, the malware ads would probably be like, you know, an ad for TF2 cheats. You know, it's like, download that. Why is my nose full of crap? I don't know. Anyway, download our cool hacked client so you can start winning your games. That's the stuff that would make your computer get the MEMS virus. I love malware, it's my snack. Whenever I think of, like, computer malware, it just reminds me of, like, VineSource. You know, Joel, how he had that series called Windows Destruction, where he just got a bunch of viruses and put them on, like, Windows virtual machines. I feel like there's gonna be one coming out for Windows 10 soon, because Windows 10 is about to die. They're about to, you know, Microsoft's about to take Windows 10 out back and, you know, introduce it to a 12 gauge, let's say. So, you know. Oh, God. Download this free auto kick in every lobby in TF2, every cheat. Exactly. Well, if you're in a lobby that is smart enough to know when someone is obviously cheating. Except for the fact that some people are just gonna be like... Sometimes, you can just be good at a class and people will be like, oh my god, this guy's cheating. Like, I've seen too many scouts that top score, and then everyone's like, wow, this guy's blatantly hacking, and it's like... No. You're just, like... not fighting Scout properly. It's like, yeah, you're going for the air shot against a Scout as a soldier. Maybe just don't do that and he won't kill you. Oh god, I don't know. I haven't played TF2 in a while because of the aforementioned horse game. That's right. How many hours do I have in that? Oh yeah, I made a tweet about it. I have over a day. I have over a day's worth of playtime in Uma Musume. Uma Musume. That's how you say Uma Musume. Technically, that's how you say it, but I don't want to change my whole language of how I say a word just to say another word. You know, Uma Musume. You're just saying. Oh god, it's like. It's like when an English guy goes to Japan and he tries to get like. It's like the opposite of when an English guy goes to Japan and he's like, watashi wa, you know, in the most like American / whatever accent they already have possible, except it's the opposite way where, you know, he's saying a normal sentence and then this, right at the end. Oh god, death equals kill TF2. You have a hard-on for Team Fortress 2. I don't understand. There are other games. There are other shooters. You can try them sometime. Oh god. I don't understand why TF2 players are so tribalistic. Is it because they... Well, it's because they play one of the first ever games to be like a live service. So they got attached to it. Because Valve are good at making games. And then they made a game that was like, well, this game goes on forever. Actually, technically, they made like 3 of them. They made TF2, they made Counter-Strike, and they made... What's the other one? There's like one that's... Dota 2, that's the one. Why do they all have 2 in the name? Why do they all have 2 in the name? We got TF2, Counter-Strike 2, and... We got Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike 2, and... Dota 2. And I keep forgetting what Dota 2 is, because League of Legends is just the same thing, but more popular. Oh, god. I mean... You know. League isn't even good. Why do people play League? It's because they get addicted to it, not because it's a good game. Oh god, I mean, I can't say anything. The same thing happened to me when I played a certain game made by, you know, Marvel Superhero Entertainment Company Limited. Oh god. They made Marvel Rivals, which is a game that is not designed to be good. It is a game designed to addict you. It is a game designed to get you addicted to their game. And then I kind of did, and then at the moment where I was like, you know, at the moment where I cared about my rank, and it wouldn't go up, no matter how many games I played, because I kept getting crappy teammates, because that's how the game was designed, I said, hey, let's just not play this anymore. Marvel Rivals will only be good when they add Capcom characters. What about Marvel Tokon? That's another game that they made. Marvel, there's a lot of new Marvel video games recently, aren't there? I've realized that. There's a lot of new Marvel games. Like this Marvel Rivals, which I guess the Overwatch players like that. And then I played it and I realized, I don't like games that are like Overwatch. You know? I liked how they referenced all the comics, but then I was like, well, you know, they've been shelling out different stuff. Yeah, I can't wait for the, I can't wait for the Venom dating sim. You know, the game where you're playing as Eddie, and it's a visual novel, and you know, the Venom symbiote tries to, for lack of a better term, riz you up. Oh god. Marvel used to shell out their IP a while ago, but that was before the MCU. Yeah, they had, that's what made Marvel vs. Capcom a thing, I believe. And then, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom. It was good. And then they made a bad one, and then they stopped making them forever. It's like, this is the reason we don't have a Sonic Riders, like, game anymore. Instead, we have the Sonic Riders vehicles in that new Sonic racing game that's coming out. Like, why don't they just make a sequel to Sonic R? I would play the crap out of that. Because, like, Sonic R was, like, you know, it was kind of alright. And then they made Sonic Runners, which was... Not Sonic Runners. What was the one on the PlayStation, on the PSP? Sonic Rivals. Yeah, they made, like, Sonic Rivals, which was kind of like a Sonic racing game on foot, but it was, I think it was single player only. I don't know, I never played it, but all they need to do to make a good Sonic game, a good Sonic racing game, is make Sonic R again, and actually good. Like, you know, the reason people didn't like Sonic Art is because all the, you know, the racing, the main bit of the game, was, like, sidelined in the actual game. It's like you had to go out of your way to get the Chaos Emeralds instead of, you know, you had to go out of your way to get the Chaos Emeralds, to get the true ending, instead of, you know, playing the game, which was the good part of the game. Oh, God. Like, the Sonic Riders series went downhill. It only went downhill, and you think that would make it go faster because, like, skateboards. Let's go, I'm real human, man, let's go skateboards. Oh, God, but no. Sega were like, so we're gonna make, Sonic Riders, but, like, again, and, more casual friendly. They got rid of drifting and replaced it with, you know, the blah wah wah. I do like Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, though. It's like, just out of nostalgia, I like Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, because that was the first Sonic racing game I played. The second was, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed on the Wii U. I played the Wii U version. The one with, the Wii U version have. I think Wreck-It Ralph was exclusive to that one? I don't know. Why did they put a Disney character in a Sonic game? And then, you know, Crossworlds comes out. They're like, here's Hatsune Miku. She's mute, by the way. Technically, none of the DLC characters talk, which is like... I mean, the guest characters. Technically, none of the guest characters have voices, which is like... Sega, how could you not afford voice actors? What the hell? Oh, God. Like, they voiced the entire cast in Mario Kart World. That's like if in Mario Kart World, the enemy characters that you played as, like Spike and Swoop and Snowman and stuff, didn't have... they were all S names. It's like if they didn't have voices, because, well, they're like secondary characters, they don't matter. It's... okay. It makes sense that Minecraft Steve doesn't have a voice, but, like, Hatsune Miku? Does she not have a voice peak or something? Oh, God. Does she not have a thing that lets her talk? I don't understand. It's Hatsune Miku! The voice bank! The whole point is that she talks. Well, sings, technically, but, like... could they just not get the professional... Could they not just ask Krypton and be like, hey, can we use your character's voice? Oh, God. I don't know. You'd think they would... I think they included the rights to the voices. They were just too lazy to record them. They were just too lazy to record voice lines. Oh, God. How do we make our game more popular? I know, let's put SpongeBob in it. It's like they're trying to be Smash Bros, but, like, without knowing why Smash Bros worked. Because Smash Bros didn't have, like... They saw that Steve was in Smash, and they were like, well, that got people to play Smash Ultimate, didn't it? And then they crossed over with a bunch of Nickelodeon characters? What? I don't understand. Oh, God. See, the reason why Smash Bros works is it's like people you would never expect to be in a Smash Bros. Like, Nintendo doesn't own Final Fantasy. What's Cloud doing here? What's Sephiroth doing here? Oh, God. Or, like, Joker Persona 5. I can't believe he's here. Sakurai played that game once and then said, he's my baby now. Baby adopted. Original Quake versus TF Classic. What game's better? Quake, because I'd heard of that before I played TF2. That's probably what I'd say. I don't own Quake. But, like, you know, I don't have the old school boomer shooters. I have, like, the Doom remake. Remake? The Doom Reboot? Is that what it's called? I have the Doom Reboot. I liked that. I liked the Doom Reboot. I thought that was a pretty good game. And Doom Eternal. I've been procrastinating the final boss of that game because I don't want to finish it. It's one of those games that's so good, it's like, I don't want to finish it, and then, you know, and then have that feeling of, oh, that's it? That's it? I've been punching the guts out of demons this whole game, and that's it. I know there's DLC for Doom Eternal as well, but, like, the DLC's really hard. Oh, God, the Ancient Gods or whatever it's called. You know, I do like Doom. I do like platformer shooters. In fact, I have Ultra Kill. I have Ultra Kill on here. I might play that in the future, because I want to try it. You know, it's like, what if Doom, but, like, if it was more Doom? That's pretty much what Ultra Kill is. It's the same thing, Hello there. We're talking about boomer shooters and their derivatives. Or I call them platformer shooters. I mean, technically they're movement shooters, but I'd call movement shooters something else. Because movement shooters are like TF2 and Splatoon. You know, they're usually multiplayer. I don't know. Or I guess Titanfall as well. There's both the TF2s are movement shooters. Oh god. I mean, Titanfall 2 technically is more movement-based than Team Fortress 2, except I haven't played Titanfall 2. I've played Splatoon, and, like, Splatoon has become more of a movement shooter the more it's gone on. Like, if you don't know about Splatoon, yeah, the movement in that game's kind of wacky. It's kind of crazy. They've got wave dashing. Oh god. Can you do a live of Doom Eternal about the guy who killed every hell monster because Bunny? I think I have one. I think I have one of my Doom VODs still up. One of my Doom Eternal VODs, I mean, still up. Let's have a look. Live. Where is it? I gotta scroll down a lot, because it's like, right at the bottom. Right at the bottom. Right at the bottom. I think it was called something like, VTuber is a temporary, but Doom is eternal. There we go. There we go. It's near the bottom. It's near the middle, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's the one with really bad audio because I was way too close to the mic. So I was basically shouting into the microphone. Oh god. I was like this. I was way too close to the mic. And now the mic only peaks when I'm too loud. Oh god, right. Isabelle from Animal Crossing and Doomslayer are officially married. Well, they're not officially married. They're married in the fandom. It's like, you know, canon law versus fanon law. Gets possessed of that thing. That thing never showed up. Oh god. Anyway, I've got all the news about my life that happened. Because guess who came back from university? Temporarily. That's right, my sister, she came back from uni. For like the summer. And part of that was, you know the room that I said was basically a junk drawer in room form? Yeah, she moved into that. They had my dad and they moved an old bed out. The old bed that was taking up the entire room. So I finally got access to my Wii remotes. That's right. I finally got access to my collection of stuff that was in that room, because that was my old room, and then I moved into another room. And part of that move is, I have room for things. I found a bunch of my old games, my old 3DS games. So, you know, I might, play some of those. I might play some Pokemon games soon. Rip and tear until it's done. Oh god, you are very far gone. Anyway, what have we got? Oh, remember when I said I have 2 Wii U's? Because of my parents' divorce? If you don't know, a while back, and as in a while back when I was a child, my parents got divorced. Which means 2 Christmases. Which means 2 Wii U's for some reason. You know, I could have just brought the one console between the houses, but I was like, no, I'm gonna get another Wii U, and then bring the same copy of Splatoon between the 2 of them. But one thing I failed to tell you, because I forgot, is when I was putting my games in the shelf, because they were in the other room and I was moving them here, while I was moving into this room, I realized, I have 2 copies of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. So if I ever become famous, and someone wants my autograph on something, I guess I'll give them my second copy of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Oh god, that game is responsible for my favorite YouTube poop, by the way. Super Suicide Brothers. Offensive! Oh no. Oh god. Super Pooper Scooper Brothers for Wii DS. Oh no. The Nintendo Wii U Classic GameCube Controller Pro. Oh god. Chuck Plus Pro. Oh god. Battling, and battles with Chuck. No, that's what it was. Battling, and battling with Chuck. You'll notice that each fighter's moveset is the same as Kirby's. So those extra special fighting techniques So those fighting techniques you've been... So those fighting techniques you've been polishing will not even come in handy. Oh god, can I get this copy for friend? He owns a Wii U. There are like 3 people in the world who own like multiple Wii U's. It's like me, Scott the Woz, and Masahiro Sakurai. That's literally all the people I've heard that own multiple of the Wii U. Oh god, and barely any people own the Wii U regularly. What's up, the Sky? Also, my amount of copies of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. I used to be a Super Smash Bros. Addict, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh god. That was the game I was referring to when I was talking about my old Discord account that had like thousands of pings. They were from Smash Bros. Servers. They were from Smash Bros. Discords. People asking for matches. Oh god. Because Smash is a Discord fighter. You know, like Mario Kart World. Because the online for that game is terrible. It doesn't work. My friend hacked his Wii U. I think I got custom firmware on one of them, and I left the other vanilla. You know, in case Nintendo, like... Because I want at least one of them to be able to be played online. You know. But then they got rid of the ability to play online. Now the only way to play online on a Wii U is to hack it, so... You know, Please stop harassing every brain cell I have. I'm not harassing you, I'm just comparing your friend to Scott the Woz. Very sad. I don't know what you're saying sad. My parents' divorce or the fact that I played Smash Bros. So much I got 2 copies of Smash. Chris, do you like racing games? I like Mario Kart, does that count? I like Mario Kart and Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, for the Wii. They made a crappy version. That's what I was talking about ages ago. And by ages ago, I mean like 10 minutes ago. My chatting streams go 10 topics a second. This is what happens when you are... This is what happens when you're afflicted with autism. I mean, you probably knew that. I have 2 Wii U's and I'm a Sonic fan. Oh, God. Oh, God. Chris, can I recommend you a game? You should get Mod Your Wii U and get Auto Modelista. Very fun. I'm gonna guess that's a car game, because it has the word auto in it. Yes. What other Wii U games do I have? Oh yeah, my copy of 3D World was like outside of its case for ages, because for some reason, I couldn't find the case for my 3D World game. It was in like some random printer box with a bunch of crap. I don't know why I had a printer box full of crap. I don't know. Hey, I recommend deleting Windows 32 for more space. I have space for another... You fool. I have space for another... solid state drive. I have one of those motherboards that... Well, actually, I'm gonna replace my motherboard, so I hope the new one has enough space for it. I still haven't replaced my motherboard. Oh, God. I started using, You know why I started re-uploading shorts? Because the old thing that I used to upload shorts, it wasn't, like, full quality. The thing that I used to download the clips of my streams, because I don't want to, like, do the thing where I stream and record at the same time. I feel like that's too much resources on my computer. You know, while I'm also playing a game and being a VTuber. That's very intensive on your computer. So, I'm like, well, I download the clips afterwards. Here's a little bit onto the insight into the... on the behind the scenes. I got YTDLP, which is basically like a command line YouTube downloading program. And it makes you feel like a hacker man every time you download it, even though you're literally just copy and pasting in a command from, like, a thing. You're copy and pasting, like, the command that says, download the video in high quality with high quality audio, and only this bit of it. You know, but, like, you do it through command prompt, and it makes it look like a hacker man. You know, you literally go to the folder, you type CMD, it opens a hacker man terminal, you paste in the command to do it, and then it gives you high quality video of whatever you got. That's right. YouTube doesn't like it though, because I think it lets you download paid stuff. I don't use it for that though, I just use it to download my own things. You know, if I wanted to pirate films, Well, I would never pirate films. Is that wink showing on camera? Oh god. Anyway. Can I get your mother on board? I don't know. I don't live with her. I visit her occasionally because, you know, you gotta keep in touch with your ma. You gotta keep in touch. I make sure to keep in touch with my mother because, you know, we don't want them to feel like, hey, I don't like you because I live with someone else. You know, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. You know? Anyway, my motherboard is freaked. Well, let's hope not physically. Let's hope that doesn't mean physically. Anyway, I just had to leave that to sit. I just had to leave that to sit on everybody's, like, consciences for a second there. Oh, God. No, the motherboard, the thing on your computer. Oh, the other day in one of these Discord servers I'm in, someone was, like, talking about inserting a new solid-state drive into their HP computer, and they... It took them forever to find, like, the BIOS key. Like, they were like, how do I find the BIOS key? What is that? Because their SSD wasn't showing up on, like, boot. It wasn't showing up inside their, like, file system. So they're like... So everyone's like, why don't you check in the BIOS? And they're like, what's the BIOS? Oh, God. And it's like, it's not their fault. This is the consequence of, like, you know, schools and stuff. Using, like, Chromebooks. Oh, God. You know, they just lock down the computers so much that, like... Or they just use such a simplified piece of crap, because it's, like, a cheaper thing to do, that, people don't know how to use computers. Because they're raised on Chromebooks that don't need... Because Chromebooks are basically just, like, tablets that only have access to Chrome. Oh, God. What does the BIOS even have to do with the SSD? Sometimes if the SSD doesn't work, you can find it, like, disabled in the BIOS, and you have to enable it. And, this person didn't know what the key was to access the BIOS, and I was just telling them constantly, you can Google your PC, like, specs, right? You can look at the serial number of whatever computer you have, and you can, like, Google it, so you can find out what to do. Oh, God. Like, that's what I like. I like to be, I like to learn how to fix things for myself, so that I don't have to inconvenience someone else. To be like, hey, IT guy, can you fix me on how to do this? Because there's, like, thousands of tutorials on YouTube that are like, take your computer apart, put it back together. Wow, it works. Oh, that's part of the reason why I've not upgraded my motherboard. I need to buy thermal paste. Because if you don't know, the motherboard of a computer is like the central nervous system of a person. And, like, if you know anything about the central nervous system, you'll know that's attached to every other part of the body. So, you know, you basically have to take the entire computer apart and put it back together. And when you do that, you have to take the CPU out. And to take the CPU out, you have to take the fan off. And when you take the fan off, it leaves all the thermal paste out. And every time the thermal paste is left out, you have to replace it. You know, you have to get rid of the thermal paste and replace it to make sure it's, like, not overheating when you put it back together. Because you might scrape off some of the thermal paste. So yeah, the whole reason I bought a new motherboard was because it was the solution to half my RAM not working. And I had a few... Oh, God. The VOD doesn't exist anymore, but I had a funeral. I held a funeral for what I thought was a dead RAM stick. It wasn't a dead RAM stick. It was a dead RAM slot. That's right. Did you know there are motherboards out there for 2011 CPUs with M.2 SSD support being manufactured today? I don't know how to feel about that. They're still making stuff for old-ass computers. Damn. Damn. I mean, you know, you don't need the biggest, greatest graphics card the second it comes out, because like the second a graphics card comes out, guess what? There are no drivers for them. They don't exist. None of the games are optimized for them. Oh god. And then it still feels like, well, I have a good graphics card. Why do these games still run at like 3 FPS? I don't understand. Oh god. I don't understand why I'm still getting 3 FPS. Oh no. What else have I got for my Wii U? I got Pokken Tournament, Splatoon, New Super Mario Bros. U. You know, I have a shelf that's a bunch of games. They barely fit there. I had to shove all of my like Wii U games to the back so I could fit my Switch games in the front. God. I don't really I keep my Switch games in like a Switch case. And, you know, I technically have to buy a new one because it doesn't fit. The one I have doesn't fit the Switch 2 that I have. I'm one of the privileged few who got a Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day. I didn't think I'd be able to buy one off Amazon, but then I did. I went to Amazon, and it was like, this will get delivered the same day, and I'm like, oh, cool. And then I played Mario Kart for like 9 hours. No, I didn't. I played Mario Kart for like 4 hours straight, and then I had a stream, I think. Dear God, there's more. I have one of those, except without the M.2, but it's still brand new. I daily drive a CPU months younger than me. Oh God, that's, for anyone with existential dread. It's existential dread. For anyone with existential dread, that's probably a nightmare. Whenever you're reminded of that. I'm as old as my CPU. Oh God. The silicone will outlive man. Oh no. Oh God. What was that one quote? I think it's from Warhammer. I've never played Warhammer. But it's like, ever since I found the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I always found peace in the comfort of the power of machines. You know, that one. Oh God. The only technology quote I remember is from, what's it called? Is it 2001: A Space Odyssey? What is am from? No, I have no mouth and I must scream. That's what it is. No, I have no mouth and I must scream. Where it's like, hate. I feel nothing but hate. Oh God. If the word hate was etched onto every single micro-angstrom of my being, it wouldn't be enough to show my contempt for humanity or whatever. That book / game / film, I think, is fucked up. The guy gets turned into a what? He gets turned into a slug. He gets turned into a slug. It gets turned into an immobile slug. I don't understand. How did that happen? It's freaky. He got turned into a slug. Oh God. He got turned into a slug because a computer got angry one time. Oh no. What's your favorite point-and-click adventure game? Oh, the one where you go to hell. What do you mean, the one where you go to hell? The one where a computer gets angry and then sends you to hell. What? The one where a computer becomes racist against human beings. Oh, that one. Oh, God. You quoted this yesterday! You're desperate for attention. Oh, God. Look who was desperate for attention. Went to a TF2 server, gotten on there, came to a streamer, and then started quoting TF2. Sure, we get it. You know the memes. Maybe I was right when I said TF2 players aren't funny. I know. I got a bunch of comments on that short, by the way, that are like, oh my God, I can't believe a VTuber was trying to tell me what's funny. It's like, if you don't like me, just don't... I mean, I don't think any of those guys did watch me, but like... If you don't like someone, you don't have to comment about it. Also, none of those guys realized that leaving a dislike does the same thing as leaving a like. If you want less people to see my videos, then, like, don't leave a dislike, because the dislikes count as likes. They do the same thing. I love when haters accidentally make you more popular. That's my favorite, like, genre of YouTube comment. Like, hate comment, and the guy's completely oblivious to the fact that it makes the guy more popular. Well, it makes you more popular with the algorithm, you know. Like, half of the comments are, oh my god, that's so cringe, how dare you say that we're not funny? And then the other one is like, wait a minute, I want to see all the comments. And then some of them are like, these comments are hating, even though, like, you're right. You're correct. I think it's the severe autism. Okay, this is a comment that is like neutral, you know. I think it's the severe autism that most TF2 people seem to have. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure I have the autism. I got diagnosed when I was like 7, but I don't know if that, like, still counts. Oh god. Anyway. Oh yeah, exactly, VTuber talking about being funny, ironic. And their profile picture is some boxer I've never heard of. Oh god. There's another neutral comment. If you're a VTuber and a toxic VTuber, if you're a VTuber and a toxic TF fan would have seen this, you would have been called all the slurs in existence. YouTube has an auto, like, filter. If you don't test it, because, you know, I have live chat turned on, so I can tell who's saying slurs, so I can ban them. But I'm pretty sure if you say slurs in a YouTube comment, it'll get removed. I had to sneeze. I had to sneeze, but I didn't want to, like, do a dad sneeze, because my dad sneezes really loud. Oh, god. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Somehow the conversation has moved to talking about TF2 fans, even though I'm not playing TF2, right? Some random comment in Russian that I can't read because it's in Russian. But, like, I know half the TF2, I know a lot of TF2 players are. Translate. I don't know Russian. Let's translate. It's someone saying they don't care. Okay. Oh god, it's someone saying my nickname is Sperm Slav and I don't care. They cared enough to leave a comment. Anyway, it gets sent to review, so the creator has to accept it, I think. Slur, you are French. That's not a slur. That's just an insult. I'm only 1% French, and I'm pretty sure that guy got beheaded. Oh, god. I don't say that I'm French, just because one of my ancestors got beheaded in the French Revolution. It doesn't mean I am French. I'm more American than that, because my grandma's American. You know. Yeah, my grandma was American, and then she moved to England, and that's why she says, instead of saying hot water bottle, she says hot water bottle. Hot water bottle. That's how she says that. We'd always, like, when I was a kid, we'd always make fun of her for that. We'd be like, hot water bottle. It's like, why are there so many D's in that? Oh god. I don't know why I had to say that we were talking about TF2. Because I randomly remembered my YouTube Shorts comments, and, yeah. You're built like the Mad Milk. I don't know what does that mean? I'm a source of dairy? I'm a source of calcium. I mean, I'm a carbuncle, that makes sense. Like, you know, calcium in rocks. Don't most, rocks contain calcium? That's right. What rocks are high in calcium? Limestone, chalk, marble, and taventine. Yeah, I'd say that I'm chalk/marble adjacent. Yeah, that's right. You 100% French. No TF2 player will know that. Off to see your mother! Oh, god. No, your motherboard. Hammer plus sickle equals Dreamland. Oh, that's why the Kirby boss is called Marx. Because he's communist. That makes sense. Oh god. Hey, did you know Britain dropped 47 bombs on Bulgaria's capital? Just because I'm British doesn't mean I'm responsible for that. Okay? That's like going up to some random American and being like, you know, I heard the shit you did in Vietnam. It's like, but they didn't, you know? Oh god. Or going to some random Japanese guy, just minding his own business and being like, I know what you did in Pearl Harbor. It's like, he's just gonna look at you confused. He's gonna be like, huh? He's gonna be like, huh? Eh? Like, duh. Oh god, I'm pretty sure that's her in Japanese. I'm pretty sure the Japanese equivalent of her is like, duh. It's like the middle, it's like, in the middle, it's like what they say instead of, in the middle of a sentence. I'm just saying, chill out. Okay, I know, but like, I'm also saying back. It's a stream, it's banter, it's how people speak to each other. I don't know, maybe it's my British side talking. I don't know. Oh god, wait, what happened to my country? I don't know, someone said I bombed it. But I didn't. Color versus color. Second one! The second one is how you spell it. I saw a meme a while ago. Like over 10 years ago. And it was like, the flags, the American flag and the English flag. And the English flag was like English traditional. And the American flag said English simplified. Trash can, I mean it is a can you put trash inside of. You could also just say bin. Because we know what that means. Because those of us in a civilized country know what bin means. You know, it's a thing that you put things inside of. You know. But it's mainly referred to as a rubbish bin. Right, okay, you are right, color is the best. Exactly. I looked up the American box art for Sonic Colors. It doesn't look right. It looks right with a U. It needs a U. It needs a U. Okay, you know what else I have, in my game collection that is weird? I have Xbox One games. I don't own an Xbox One. I think that's my sister's. And she barely uses it. Oh god, because she's not exactly a gamer. It's like, the most gaming I've seen her do was in lockdown when Fortnite came out. That's about it. And like, when I was a kid, we'd play Mario Kart Wii together, and she'd constantly want to play, on Coconut Mall. I think that was her favorite level. And, in battle mode, she was like, why do you keep winning? We'd play, like, coin mode on battle mode. We'd play, like, coin mode on battle mode, and she'd be like, Chris, why do you keep winning? Can I win one, please? And I'm like, no. And I'm pretty sure that's why she's not much of a gamer. I just wouldn't go easy on her on Mario Kart. Oh, god. I mean, occasionally, we'd play Minecraft, multiplayer on the Switch. And, you know, while she'd be building some, like, mansion or something to live in, or like a school or something, I'd be like, okay, so here's a bunch of villagers, I'm gonna blow them up. Here's a bunch of villagers in the villager hole. I'm gonna see how much TNT it takes to get rid of them all. Oh, god. It's like, how many firework rockets does it take? You know, she's like, so welcome to my school that I built in Minecraft. Meanwhile, I'm like a Mr. Beast video. It's like, how many villagers does it take? How many firework rockets do they... No, wait. Like, I've got 100 villagers. The last one to survive my... firework rocket launcher gets $1 million. What do you think about the new summer update in TF2? I want to save that for on stream. I want to save that for a stream where I have a look at that. I want to be blind. I want to have a blind look at that. I might have a look at it off stream. I don't know. It depends how distracted I get by horse game. It's a game with dailies. And then whenever you do your dailies, the servers crash. So, that's what it's like playing Uma Musume. Oh, god. I own an Xbox One. Can you get these games? Well, if you have a PC that can run games, you don't need an Xbox. Because Microsoft have been like, well, everything's an Xbox now. You can get Xbox games on everything. Ah, yeah. Okay. Oh, for a second I thought something actually happened. By the way, oh god, leave bro alone. No, he did nothing wrong. I prefer British American. I've not seen many British Americans, but the ones I've seen have been like, they've been more patriotic about the UK than people who've lived here, people who've been born here. Oh god. Like, I've seen, like, American-born British people that are, like, obsessed with the royal family. And they're like, wow, I know everything about the British TV. I know everything about the British TV shows, and, you know, they have, like, their favorite type of tea. They go to tea houses. Like, I don't understand, like, tea houses seem like that sort of thing that's, like, a British thing that is for tourists who come to Britain. Because, like, if you're British, you don't have to go to a tea house. You can just buy, like, Tetley or something. Most British people don't have, like, fancy tea. We just have, like, regular-ass tea. Except, I don't think I've had a cup of tea in, like, 2 months. So, I'm more of a coffee guy. In fact, I order coffee from... I'm not sponsored, but kaffekapselen. I think it's... What website is this? I have to open up my personal Google Chrome account, so let's hope I don't dox myself. Kaffekapselen.co.uk. That's right. They're Dutch, I think. I think they're Dutch. I have to check. Where is your About Me page? I'm not sponsored, but, like, I have a coffee machine, and they have, like, cheap coffee pods for all my coffee machine needs. It doesn't have an About... Oh, About Us. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I'm pretty sure the name literally translates to coffee pods. Denmark. Danish. That's right. They're Danish. That's the one. I get coffee delivered by Danish people. It takes forever because Royal Mail don't know what they're doing. And they're the only option they have as delivery, so I was like, you know, Oh god. But I do like to get my fancy, what was the last thing I ordered? What was the last thing I ordered? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at my... This is the most old man thing I do, but let's have a look at what coffees I've been ordering. Oh god. Your order has left our warehouse. Thank you for your order. Terms and conditions. Ordered confirmation receipt. Did they actually say what I've been ordering? No. I usually get, like, the Starbucks, like, cappuccino things. That's what I get. You know, because I like the caramel ones. I like the caramel macchiato. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. You know, I like to get coffee that I don't have to put sugar into. Because I have a coffee machine in my room. I cannot be asked to go to the kitchen to use a coffee machine. You know, it's like some people have a mini fridge. I've got a coffee machine. Oh god. It takes about 47 blocks of TNT to vaporize a village, but it does depend on how big the village is. See, this guy knows how to do Minecraft war crimes. This guy knows how to do war crimes in Minecraft. That's right. War crimes in Minecraft. Oh, yeah. I would say the other thing, but, like, you know, the Vinesource reference. The only Vinesource song I'm comfortable referencing is, like, you know, Super Ghostbusters. Grandma has died. Oh, no. What do you mean? I am the Rat Man. I come up at night, and I eat your cheese. I have a question. Is God Save Our Gracious King the national anthem of Britain? I thought it was God Save the Queen. I think. I don't know. Am I gonna get my British citizenship revoked? I don't know. I mean, that thing, that law that came out that was like, you have to dox yourself to get access to 18+ stuff, because we need to know if you're, you know, of the right age. We don't want children looking at the, you know, the wrong things. And it's like, I agree with the fact that kids shouldn't have to use the internet. I don't agree with the fact that people should have to leak their ID to whatever platform they're using. Because like, social media platforms are notoriously bad at, like, keeping things they're notoriously bad for, like, getting all of their private information leaked. You know, for leaking the private information of the people who use them by accident. You know, I try to give Twitter the bare minimum for it to function for me. Oh, God. Like, you know, I don't want, I mean, you can probably tell I kind of care about privacy from the fact that I'm a VTuber. You know. Oh, God. What do you mean? Wait, no. What do you mean that's not your real face? I mean, it is. You know, I'm totally a Carbuncle. Oh, God. I love jokes about anything. Tell me a joke. See, I can't tell jokes when I'm on the spot. I have the sort of brain that's like, it comes up with a joke eventually in the middle of something, and then I'm like, a funny. And then I say it just right as it comes out. I should write these down, really. I should really write these down. Oh, God, because I try to... Whenever anyone says, tell me a joke, I try to recall a joke I've told before, like, in person, and I'm like... I can't recall it. My brain just, like, does a short circuit. Oh, God. Oh, God. Like, I can easily riff off of someone in chat, but I can't riff off of someone saying, hey, make me a joke, and I'm like, how do I be funny? How do I be funny? Oh, no. A leaking information specialist. Roblox, TikTok, YouTube. Exactly. Oh, God. I barely even use Roblox. I'm like, here's my VTuber email. I give them all my VTuber email. All the stuff that I VTube on, I gave my VTuber email, which is, Proton Mail address, because I heard Proton Mail were, like, the secure one that is free, you know. But apparently having a Proton Mail email address makes you look like one of those computer hacker nerds that's like, oh my god, I'm gonna hack into the government and steal their rubles. I don't know how I would hack into the Israeli government. I'm British. I don't know Hebrew. Wait, no, rubles is Russian. I'm stupid. Oh, that's right. Rubles is Russian. I got my currencies wrong. It's fine. When I get monetized and I get super chats, I'm gonna be so confused. I'm gonna be reading all the currencies as the wrong ones. I'm gonna see, like, you know, pesos. I'm gonna see pesos and be like, thanks for the euros. Oh, God. I'm gonna see dollars and be like, wow, thanks for the... Oh, God. I'm gonna see some, like... Brazilian currency? I'm pretty sure Brazil just uses Brazilian dollars, right? I'm gonna look up what Brazil... I know the currency symbol looks like Robux. What currency does Brazil use? The Brazilian real. Yeah, it's, the symbol is $, which, the letter R and a $, which is the same as Robux. I feel like I remember a streamer getting a super chat in... I remember watching a VTuber who got a super chat in Brazilian, Brazilian real, and... Or is it real? In Brazilian real, and, they were like... And she was like, thanks for the Robux. Oh, no. You still call it X? Oh, God. I have a skin for my Twitter that makes it still look like Twitter. I have a Chrome extension called Stylus. I used to use Stylish, which was the same... It was the same thing. It was literally the same thing, and it was open source, but then they enshittified it. They enshittified Stylish. So then someone made a fork of it called Stylus that was stylish without the enshittified stuff that, like, tracked you and had cookies. I think that's what they did. They added, like, tracking cookies to it, and I was like, oh, okay. And then someone made a new one. Like, they made a new guy that does the same thing. That's why I can go on... Well, it used to work for YouTube, where I could make it blue. But it doesn't work for YouTube anymore. I think it works on Reddit. I don't really use Reddit that often, but if I go to Reddit, it works. And then if I go to... You know the funny part about this? I don't have a, I don't have a stylish extension for 4chan. But if I go to 4chan, if I go to 4channel.org, the text is blue. I didn't do that. Also, I don't use 4chan, but like, it makes the text blue. Oh, God. You know, I don't... Occasionally, I look at the VTuber board to remind me to not use 4chan. That's the only times I ever use 4chan. To remind me not to use it. Oh, God. The times where I'm like, oh yeah, this site is exclusively used by schizos. Oh, yeah. We're talking about how I don't use 4chan. The only times I use it is to remind me to not use it. It's to remind... You know, it's like the internet's equivalent of a zoo. Pretty much. Like, you could be... I mean, you could, you know, put yourself on the same level as the animals who use that site. Or, you could, you know, be an observer and just lurk and just look at the things these people say, and you're like, this is ridiculous. But you don't want to spend too much time, like, there comes a time where you can spend a bunch of time looking at a website and being like, wow, they're so funny, I would never agree with them. But if you use it too much, you end up agreeing with the people that you're making fun of and that you once made fun of, and it's like, depending on what they're talking about, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that for, like, the people who use 4chan. Oh, God, because, you know, the fact that anyone can say whatever they want, it's a double-edged sword. They can say things that people, you know, people don't say in public because it's, like, a taboo, and then you have the people who say the things that you don't say in real life, you know, because there's a taboo for a reason. Oh, God. Anyway, what are we talking about flags for? Bulgaria, Spain, Duolingo will kill you flag. That's just a green one with, like, a blood splatter on it. Oh, God. They're gonna kill you. Oh, God. I'm never saying the 20-foot letter of the alphabet. Bring back Jeff. I mean, I do have an extension that lets me bring back the tweeter bird. Oh, God. And the people who say, like, oh, Twitter's gotten so much worse, it's kind of the same as it always was. It was always made for arguing. Twitter was always made for pointless arguments and clout chasing, you know. Except, I, obviously use it for the clout chasing, because I'm a VTuber. No, actually, I use Twitter for the secret of a third thing, which is as a public diary. I use Twitter as a public diary to catch people up on stuff that is too short to be mentioned on stream, but is somewhat important. Like, my stream schedule. Oh, God. Which, funny thing about stream schedules, I end up looking at them backwards. Like, you know, like how most people look at stream schedules from, like, top to bottom? I end up looking at them from bottom to top, because I binge watch a lot of YouTube channels. Because there's a lot of crap on YouTube, and I don't want to watch slop. So if I don't want to watch slop, you know, if my recommended page is just a bunch of garbage, I'll be like, hey, instead, I'm gonna go and watch, like, I don't know, some Scott the Woz videos. And the way I watch them is I go, if I'm starting to watch a new channel, I sort by oldest, and then get through them. And then when I get halfway through, I, go from latest, which is you go down, and then you watch the videos in order going up the page. And that's probably why I end up looking at everyone's schedules. like, the wrong way. I keep looking at schedules backwards. Oh, God, because I'm like, oh, cool, they're doing wait, no, that's Sunday. Oh, they're doing this on Monday? Wait, no, that's Sunday, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Does anyone know what happened in 1989? I'm presuming war? I don't know. The thing that Jay Schlatt did, that's what happened in 1989. No, that was 1999. And what are all the comments on my... Okay, now what are all the comments on my Luma video? It's just people talking about, hey, what happens to Lumas when they die? Okay, that's what the comments are. It's just like, they turned into a planet and they turned into a planet when they're like, you can turn them into a planet. And oh, right. When stars die, they release a lot of energy, don't they? Because, like, Heart of a Dying Star is a thing they said in a Thor film once. Not Thor. It's what Thor did in Endgame. No, in Infinity War. That's what Thor did in Infinity War. He, went into the Heart of a Dying Star, and he used it to smelt, his axe that he made, and then he chopped Thanos' head off with. I know the Marvel lore. Well, I watched the MCU up to Endgame, and then I just stopped watching it at all, because they were all, that's where it got bad. You know. I did watch, I tried to watch the majority of them with my dad, because, you know, it's a fun thing to do. It's a fun father-son thing to do, except every single time, without fail, in the middle of the film, he'd be like, oh, this is the all hope is lost moment, and then they're gonna have a training montage, and then they're gonna get better, and it's like, yes, Dad, I know the films are formulaic. I know the films are formulaic. It's about what they do with that formula that makes some of them better, okay? Oh, God. I know Thor the Dark World was shit, because they were just sort of going through the motions of a Marvel movie. And that's why a lot of new ones are, like, kind of bad. Because they just go through the motions of a superhero film, and it's like, okay, this is boring. Like, you can tell when they're just going through the motions of a superhero film. And I feel like Endgame could have been 2 films. I feel like originally they wanted to make an Endgame trilogy instead of an Endgame duology, but then they saw, like, some films that hit the 4-hour marker, like, oh my god, they're so popular, why don't we make this trilogy into a duology instead? That's right. Oh god. They become nuclear space bombs. That's right. When stars die, they full energy die and become big sticky bombs. Did you not see the bloody bombs? Oh, God. Oh, God. Wasn't there a country that... There was a country that, like, stopped existing because someone, for lack of a better word, pleasured themselves with a glass bottle and then lied about it. I thought the whole moral of the story of House MD is don't lie to your doctor. The catchphrase of that show should not be, everybody lies. The catchphrase should be, don't lie to your doctor. Because every single time something bad happens to a patient in that show, it's because they lied to House. They didn't tell him what was actually wrong with them. They didn't tell him why they were sick. And then, every single time, without fail, in the middle of a House episode, you know, they're like, oh, the patient's alright. Never mind, they're having a seizure. God damn it. Never mind. Has anyone here watched the movie War of the Worlds? I wonder what that's about. Is that a war film, or is that a War of the Worlds? Tom Cruise. Oh, that's the one with the robots that people like, that's the one with the robots that people are sexually attracted to, right? I think. I mean, anything with robots has people sexually attracted to the robots. That's just how robosexuals work, I guess. Anyway, stars are super weapons aliens control, and they can supernova the star whenever the species on a planet that orbits gets too advanced. That's a bit grim. That's a bit of a grim way to say the world's gonna end. Oh no. But speaking of superhero films, I want to go watch Superman. You know the new one by James Gunn? I want to see it. I want to see it because I've heard that it's like, what if the Zack Snyder Superman, but like not just dark and edgy for no reason? Because that's what those films felt like, you know, that's what the DC films felt like. Like, let's just make it overly dark for no reason. Oh, God. And, like, sometimes people say that about the Marvel films, but it's like... Iron Man wasn't overly dark from the... other than... No, Iron Man wasn't, like, overly dark. It was more just, like, you know... It wasn't overly dark. It was just sort of like, you know, here's commentary on a thing that happens in the world, but through the lens of our superhero guy. And apparently some of that was based on Robert Downey Jr. in real life, where he was like the Burger King thing. The reason why it's specifically a Burger King burger is because the reason that he stopped doing drugs was Burger King. Like, he couldn't enjoy something as simple as a Burger King burger. Despite the fact that I think Burger King is terrible, how can you stand that product? I don't understand how you can stand a Burger King burger. The bread is not bread. I don't know what it is. It's like eating air. I don't know. Also, hello, Stargazer Juniper. Welcome to my rant about Burger King. My two least favorite fast food places are Burger King and Subway. You know, I like KFC. I'll have a cheeky Mackey's every now and then. I like a cheeky Nando's. You know, I mean, KFC is kind of expensive. Compared to McDonald's, KFC is kind of expensive, because, like, you know, Mackey's is the cheapest one. You know, KFC is pretty good. I think the last time I got KFC, I got, do you remember the Double Down? Who knows what who here knows what a KFC Double Down is? Raise your hands if you know what a KFC Double Down is. Cause I ate one of those last time I went to KFC. Well, actually, last time I ordered KFC. Okay, wait a minute, I need to... I've gotta go change my headphones real quick. Because these are about to run out of battery and my spare ones are charged. Power off. I think... No. Why do these not turn off? God damn it. There we go. Right, I'm scuffed because I have to change my audio device. I can't talk properly if I don't have background music. That's why I have to listen to things. Oh god, the background music makes it better to talk. Makes it easier to talk. I just dislike fast food in general. I mean, most of it's like... all fast food is cheap crap. But sometimes you just want to eat some cheap crap. Oh god, sometimes you just want to eat some cheap, stodgy crap. There we go. Anyway, where were we? I don't think I've eaten at any of those. Well, you are one of the privileged few who doesn't have, uncomfortable bowel movements because of the places they go to eat. Oh god. And I'm just gonna leave that at that. One of my complaints about McDonald's, whenever I order anything with sauce, they just completely forget to put the sauces in there. And it's like, I'm ordering chicken selects. That is like chicken that you dip into sauce. How can I have my chicken tenders if I'm not dipping them in sauce? I can't have dry chicken. There's nothing worse than dry chicken. It's like my least favorite food. But I like Nando's, because that's like rarely dry. Probably because they smother it in sauce. So I do like some piri piri. God. I remember one of those Nando's adverts that's like... It's like, they were trying to make like an ad that was like, for the youths, except they didn't know what the youths talked like. They tried to make everyone be some like, you know, like, they tried to make them sound like Roadman or whatever. Except I don't think they knew what Roadman sounded like. Because they were like, you know, because all the people in it are like, I have to rewatch it, but it's like Jonesy was sitting at a table with like a group of OGs, and they were getting proper smashed at wing roulette. Oh god. Brother ordered a medium. Oh my god. Brother ordered a medium. I can't believe it. Oh no. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. It's Vimto, if anyone's asking. If you're British, you probably know what that is. If you're not British, you don't know what that is. It's basically like, it's basically just juice. Like cordial. It's like grape, and like raspberry and stuff. It's pretty tasty. It's pretty tasty. Drywall is better than dry chicken. You know what's better than dry chicken? La 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 lava. And you can infer the rest yourself. You can infer the rest yourself. I didn't watch the Minecraft movie because it looked like crap. I love Vimto. We found a Vimto enjoyer. We found a Vimto enjoyer. Get them. Drain their blood. I must drink it, for it tastes like Vimto. Oh my god. I must drink it, for it tastes like my favorite beverage. Oh god. You know, why do both my favorite drinks end in O? Vimto and Tango. I don't know. Oh god. You've gotta go? Thanks for coming. Domicile. Short for house, I guess. Oh my god, we found House's son. I can't believe it. Anyway. Please, Duolingo, stop trying to kill me or I use super shotgun. I'm pretty sure that only happens if you're trying to learn American. I'll be so popular when I saw the monsters I would have... Are you just talking about fucking... Undertale? Oh, god. Nah, Psycho still hit. God damn it, I still have to deal with the son of House. Dr. Gregory House. I can't believe it. I saw a video where someone was playing through all the games on the Game Boy Advance, and one of them was Metroid Zero Mission, and I was like... I was pointing at the screen like, oh my god, it's the thing from House. It's the bit where House says level 2. Oh my god. What are you doing, level 2? Oh god. The only permanent takeaway I'm getting from the Minecraft movie is the unfortunate cover I performed of it. Oh no, that's one of those things you gotta hide from the world. I have a lot of Vimto, the squash, but I haven't had a lot of Vimto, the fizzy drink, in so long I'm going through withdrawals. Yeah, that's weird. We have like... That's one thing that's weird about it. We have like a soft drink version and like a... I guess Americans in the audience would say soda. You know. Soda. Oh, God. Oh, Mamacita, now you're ringing the bell. Oh, God. That's right. Oh, God. I'll be so popular when I show the monsters I just brought in. Oh, that's right. Whoa, 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 story of Undertale. That sounds like the story of Undertale, to be honest. Oh, God. Right, I think we were talking about Vimto, right? Our favorite drinks. And I was talking about Tango. It has very strange flavors. My favorite... I got strawberry smash recently. That's like strawberry and pineapple. I don't think there's a lot of pineapple flavored drinks, but I do like pineapple. Like as a flavor. I don't know if I have the thing where it dissolves on your tongue, but like I feel weird when I eat pineapple. Let's just say it makes a very good laxative. And that's why I can't eat a lot of pineapple. Because, like, it tastes good. It tastes really good. And it's nice and juicy. But, like, you don't want to eat a lot of pineapple. You know, it's not exactly, the best for your insides. Because it's, like, it's so acidic that it, like, dissolves your tongue when you're trying to eat it. Oh, apparently it only does that when you're allergic to pineapple. But, like... if I'm allergic to pineapple, it's not that much. Like, I've had friends who are lactose intolerant. Like, you know, they can't have lactose. but, like, they'll still eat cheese. They'll just take the risk, because they like cheese. You know, I don't think I've seen people who like cheese. I don't think I've seen people who like dairy more than, like, lactose-intolerant people. You know, can't believe it. Oh, God. Hey, Papyrus, mind your manners. Is that supposed to be Sans? Hey, Papyrus, mind your manners. Great. I'm looking at a crab? I just opened Twitter, and I'm looking at a crab. Because I opened Twitter to my following, not my For You page. And it's just, there's a tweet from Otto that is just, she posted a picture of a crab on the side of a building. Sure, why not? Why is there a crab on the side of a building? We went to Orlando. Oh, right, okay. Oh, because she's doing the tour, right. Otto's doing the tour. That's right. Otto's doing a tour. Reformed. Well, I hope you are. I hope we have none of those weird-ass comments you make about me. Oh, God. And, Chris, have you ever listened to Down to the Bone? I haven't. I wonder what song that is. I've heard Bad to the Bone, but Down to the Bone. Oh, it's I probably have... Have I heard this? To the Bone. Sans and Papyrus, Undertale rap, SFM animation. No. No, I haven't. No, I have not. Down to the Bone, on the corner of... Oh, wait, are they like... You mean like a band or a song? I don't know if you're talking about the band or the song, because I looked Down to the Bone. I looked up Down to the Bone, and it came up with Undertale parody song from 8 years ago. And also a band. You, sir, are a fish. I'm a carbuncle. Also, the question mark. The thing I was saying about comments made towards me was aimed at the person named Reformed Banana. Because I'm pretty sure I remember who that is. And they used to make, weird sexual comments about me. And I wasn't comfortable with that, so I banned them. Anyway. A song. Okay. Because it's like Down to the Bone, the band, playlist, on the corner of Darcy Street. Down to the Bone, Papyrus, and Sans. The Undertale fan song, yeah. I mean, I had a phase where I'd watch so much Undertale fan stuff, but I'd never play the game. I was a child, I couldn't have bought the game, but like, I was like a teenager, I couldn't have bought the game. So it was just like, oh my god, I can't wait to look at this Undertale AU comic dub. Oh god. The question marks were to the Reformed Banana guy. Oh, great. Okay. See, as the streamer, I'm always confused about... I'm always the one looking at, like, oh god. Oh god, they've been mostly chill. Okay, I've had a vouch. Don't be weird again. Please. Oh god. Maybe I should add that as a rule. Because it's like, I'm asexual. I'm fine with people making, like, general innuendos. They're fine. I find those funny. I just don't like people sexualizing me. Oh god. If you're gonna do it in private, where I can't hear it. It's like, you're allowed to goon over me, just don't do it in the chat, where I can see it. There's the rule. That's fair, I never know what chat's referring to either. You know, as the streamer, I read the message and I'm like, they're talking to me, right? And whenever anyone looks confused, I'm like, what did I say? Did I confuse somebody? Oh no. Oh no. And they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, did I say something wrong? What did I do? What did I do? I thought it was just Bents, mate. I thought we was just having Bents, mate. Oh god, that Undertale, if it was realistic. Oh god. That, Undertale, if it was realistic video. That, that one, changed my Sans voice. Now I make him sound like Sound like this, mate. Like he's like a proper northerner, mate. Oh, God. Like the bit where he's like, I've shot myself. I don't know why, but that, like, that's my Sans voice now. That's Sans' voice now. You might have heard it on one of my Deltarune streams. You know, the one where Toriel's alright after you've been, you know, getting your ass beat by the knight, and then you go home, and then you're like, Toriel, I thought you were dead. And Sans is just here. Who the hell is this bone man, and why is he boning you? Can't say that. Oh no. I've got a question. When will this life end? My eternal suffering. You can leave whenever you want. You don't have to stay here. So what happened after the Letter A sponsored stream? It was the last stream I watched, I think. We played Donkey Kong, I think. Wait a minute, or did I? I started uploading shorts again. That's what happened. Some of them are kind of popping off. I'm having a look in the back end, in the Hackerman side of my channel, and the Uma Musume short, that's getting a bunch of views, because, I mean, it is sad what happened to Silent Suzuka. I don't know why I said. I don't know why I was about to phrase it like that. I was like, yeah, I need to put you to sleep. And I was like, wait, no, that's a double entendre for euthanasia. I can't say that. I can't say that. So I had to, like, change it. It was a funny moment. I had to change it. Oh, God, you watch the shorts, good luck with that. Yeah. I hope they, pop off. I hope they, as the kids say, pop the fuck off. Oh, God. Like, the TF2 one is still getting views. Probably people who are like, ooh, what's his hot take? And then I say the hot take. And then they're like, I can't believe he said that. It's like, there's a reason why it's a hot take. Obviously. There's a reason why it says hot take. They couldn't handle the fact that I said they're not funny. They just could not handle. It's like, I'm not making fun of the game. I'm just saying some of you have to be funny. Well, you don't have to be funny, but, like, don't try to be funny if you're not. You know, work on it. And then maybe put some of your, you know, hilarious musings onto the internet. I don't know. Anyway. Oh yeah, you have been putting out a lot of shorts recently, haven't you? Yeah, they're mainly clips from the streams. Because, when people clip things, you know, it tells people, like, oh, this is a little bit of the stream. Come watch me. Except it doesn't say that. It says that, like, that's like the hidden message. It's like, hey, come watch my streams. Because on YouTube Shorts, you can add, like, a little thing that says, there's a little thing where you can add, like, the video that the clip is from. Like, you can recommend another video from it. I know that's how streamers use it. They use it to recommend the stream from the short that the clip is of. The clip that the short is of, and, they, if they just make shorts, they use it to recommend other shorts. I know, Japan does that. And I think, oh, what's his name? El Burrito Monster, the guy who makes, like, he likes wrapping things up in really tight logs. Yeah. Anyway, you teleported bread? Oh, okay. Oh, God. Suffering is subjective sometimes. Like, you know, if you're ever trapped between a jail cell, you can just think you're the only free one. You mean like Jevil? That's what Jevil does in Deltarune. You're the only free ones, and you're the ones in prison, and I'm the only free one. You know, that's how he sounds. That's how he sounds. Okay. I mean, sometimes, the real example is spicy food. You know, the real example is spicy food. My example is spicy food, not the real example. I can't say my truth is the objective truth, because that doesn't make sense. But, like, you know, some people hate spicy food. They're like, how can you eat spicy food? Like me, I like spicy food. It's pretty good. I had a phase where I put Tabasco on, like, everything. It was pretty tasty. One time I put it in coffee. I was deranged enough to put hot sauce in my coffee, and I kind of liked it, because it was white chocolate. It was like a white chocolate cappuccino. So, you know, you know, chocolate and chili, they kind of go together. Anyway, what are your opinions on the Online Security Act or whatever? The UK Online Safety Act. I don't like it. I don't like how it basically requires you to dox yourself to, you know, prove that you're an adult, when you could have just, like, you know. The internet has a risk of seeing a knob. If you're on the internet, you are constantly at risk of seeing knobs. And if you don't want to see a knob, then, like, you have to know how to avoid seeing knobs, right? That's my way of putting it. Oh god, it's one of those, like, bills it's one of those, like, government on internet things that's like, what it says on the surface is, oh, won't someone please think of the children? But what it actually is we want to spy on people and we need an excuse. That's pretty much what it is. That's what it actually is. You know. You know, because it's like, you could just teach parents how the internet works. You could just teach them to, like, you know, monitor their kids' internet stuff, or, like, you know, ask their kids questions on, hey, how's it going on the Twitters? Yeah, how's it going on the... Oh god, it's like, how's it going on the internets? You better not be getting groomed. You know? Anyway. Okay, I'm generally tripping. Am I the only one who hears peso from Octonauts when I hear Chris Talus? I have to look up a kid of do I have to look up a preschool show clip to see if I sound like them? Right, what does he sound like? Do you think I sound like a penguin? Okay. I'm gonna... Wait, let me just turn the background music off and listen to this penguin guy. How do I sound like that? Is it just because I'm British? Oh my god. I hope they get here soon. It's like, really? No, that's like me if I was a bit more nasally. Just because I'm a British man with a British accent and I sound like the guy from the British preschool show. Oh god. Oh god, Really? Really? That's like if you looked up... Oh god, if you... went to someone who sounds like this. That's like if you went to a different British VTuber and said, hey, you sound like Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh god. Oh god, really? I mean, Peppa Pig is probably the reason why I sound so posh, because when I was a child, I used to pick up voices very quickly, you know, usually quicker than my actual family, and because people sound posh in that show, they sound posher than where I live in that show, so I sound different to a lot of my family. Oh god. You're a Twitter user, so you probably suffered already. Well, I don't go out of my way to look for porn, but if I did, I would be suffering. Anyway. Big mushroom monstrosity. You've 100%ed Forgotten Land. Cool. Durham for dinner. Tripping. The only person who hears that. Doorknobs, because the idea is funnier. I lost the ability to continue, like, 2 conversations on Blue Sky DMs when the law was passed. Lamau, I sure love the government. Oh, well. Oh yeah, there was a petition to repeal it, and it's got all the... It's got the 10,000 signatures it needs. In fact, it's got over 10,000. It's got like 200,000. So yeah, it has enough. It has enough. It has enough for the government to look at it and be like, hey, let's have a look at that, because the people are complaining. It's like, yeah, okay. Did Scav play a Role My Hobby come back since I disappeared? I don't think they ever left. Anyway, I bet in 3 years they're gonna call an Australian accent the Bluey accent. Oh god. Oh god, they are, aren't they? Even though I'm gonna call it the Smiling Friends accent. You know. Charlie! We need to go We need to go to Bendigo. Oh, God. Charlie, we need to go to Bendigo. To make that person smile, Charlie. Oh, God. We need to... Oh, God. We have to go... We have to get this guy to smile. We gave him a purpose in life. Now he's smiling. Oh, God. We have to go to... Charlie, you have to go to hell. You have to get Satan to smile. Oh, God. Smiling Friends is a really good show. It's a shame it's so short, but, like... I guess they can't always make... You can't make that much gold, you know. There's only so much gold to go around. So you gotta... You know, if you want to have a higher concentration of gold, you gotta have not as much of the show. The Brazil episode's great. the one where they don't even, like... They just stay in the airport the whole time, because they didn't book a hotel. It's like, did any of you guys book a hotel? It's like... No, they didn't book a hotel. Oh, God. They just half-eat some chips. And then go home. And then the episode ends. Oh, God. I love, like... That was, like, the funniest way to do a bottle episode I think I've ever seen. You know? Because a lot of bottle episodes are kind of contrived. It's like, you know... like the Family Guy one, where they're in the bank vault. And it's like... You know, they just contrived a reason to go to a bank vault. And it's like, oh, let's learn the Brian Griffin lore. No one wants to know the Brian Griffin lore. He's like the most insufferable character in the show. I think that's the point. You know, like... Except I've seen a few Brian Griffins in the real world in my time, so... You know... The sort of people who don't realize that no one likes them because they're way too pretentious. You know, they think, oh, people have to like me because I'm smart. Well, if you're a dick about it, then no one's gonna like how smart you are if you're an asshole about it, you know? Oh, God, if you're like, well, I'm so learned, and then, like, you can't give anyone an example of, like, it's like, wow, I read so many books, and you can't give an example of any books you've read. It's like, posers. Intellectual posers. That's probably what it is. That's what Brian Griffin Family Guy is. An intellectual poser. Oh, yeah. This isn't a game for gamers. This is a game for posers! And, like... that YouTube poop was kind of spitting facts, because Smash Bros. Is kind of a game for posers if you think about it. It's for people who want to look like they know a lot about video games, without actually playing a lot of video games. It's like, oh, how do you know so much Zelda lore? It's from Smash Bros. Have you played a Zelda game? No. Are you ever gonna try out a Zelda game? No. Oh, okay. Okay. It's like, I at least tried out Earthbound. I didn't like it, but I at least tried it. I at least tried out Earthbound, realized I didn't like it, and then had an actual opinion based on it. But some people have so many opinions on games they haven't played because of Smash Bros. Like, Fire Emblem. Like, there are so many people who are like, wow, the Fire Emblem games must be terrible because they keep stealing slots from my favorite... They keep stealing DLC slots in my Smash Bros. My Smashy Bros. Oh, God. But, like, it's a double-edged sword, Smash Bros, because it makes some characters more popular that people would have never heard of otherwise. But at the same time, it's like, you know, Smash Bros is like... Sometimes people only know stuff about a character from Smash, and they don't even, like, try the game they come from. Like Captain Falcon. No one's ever played. It's like people don't know what F-Zero is, apart from, oh, the guy from Smash Bros. Or, like, they see Olimar and they're like, what is this weird guy? When Pikmin games are, like, they're apparently really good. I've never tried a Pikmin game, but I've heard they're really good. Like, I saw a VTuber playthrough all of Pikmin 4. And it looked fun, so maybe I'll play a Pikmin. But maybe I'll be weird and different and play Pikmin 3 instead. Oh, God. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I think YouTube has added an option that updates the stream every few minutes, so if you have a few seconds of delay, it'll go back to normal and it's so annoying. Well, I have 7,000 drop frames of my network, so maybe that's that. Maybe that's it. Anyway, I know what a Xenoblade is. It's the game with Shulk in it. That's right. Oh yeah, I know Steve. Doesn't he craft or something? He makes lava chicken. He makes lava chicken. In fact, let me look up Smash Bros. Ultimate roster. Fighters. The official website. Reject non-essential cookies. Like, what are some characters here that people... You know, they're from games that people wouldn't try. I know a lot of Smash players try out Kirby, because it's made by the same guy. Like, Kirby's also made by Masahiro Sakurai. Sorry, whenever I see the name... I saw F-Zero spelled like that, and it reminded me of the, Nirvana the Band, the show clip, where they're like, F-Zero X and Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Anyway, Pikmin is not good, nor fun. Pikmin 4 is supposed to be the best, and I died of boredom while playing it. I'm now well, at least you tried out Pikmin 4, and realized you didn't like it and came to your own opinion. My problem is with when people only have an opinion on a character from what they're like in Smash, because they never played the game they're from. That's what I mean. Like, the people who, like, they look at Ryu, and they're like, motion inputs are too hard, and then they never play a real fighting game. It's like, I've played Smash Bros. And, like, BlazBlue. I tried out Guilty Gear Strive. You know, I mean, that's kind of like baby's first Goo Goo Gaga fighting game, but, like, you know. And before that, I tried Third Strike. You know, my first real fighting game that I tried was, like, a Street Fighter 2 Flash game. That kind of worked, but, like, you couldn't remap the controls and you had to use keyboard. You had to use keyboard controls. Have you ever tried inputting a Shoryuken on a keyboard? Yeah, no, it's like forward, down, it's like forward, down, forward. Down. No, forward, down, forward. Have you ever tried inputting forward, down, forward on a keyboard? Like, the only reason I even know how to do that is because I played way too much of Street Fighter 2 Flash version. Oh, God. And then I played Third Strike on an emulator once, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Palutena, Pithra fans are in shambles. Isn't Xenoblade Chronicles 2 basically a gacha game, but, like, without the pay-to-win stuff? It's basically a full-priced gacha game, without the microtransactions. Isn't it? That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. It has, like, a gacha mechanic. Like, how people dislike Fire Emblem characters when added to Smash. Yeah, that whole thing. That was a whole thing. When people disliked the crap out of the Firelift trailer because, we don't like this. Yeah, that definitely was a whole thing. Oh, God. You played through Portal 2, you knew before playing the game. Well, Shell isn't in Smash Bros, so that... You know. Yeah, that was definitely a whole thing. Oh, God. Yeah, what's it called? The Kid Icarus reboot, that was made by Masahiro Sakurai as well. That's pretty cool. You know, people don't complain about Pokemon and Mario characters being in Smash for that much, because they're like, well, we know what that is. Because, like, Fire Emblem is popular in Japan, right? So, you know, did you forget a whole continent well, not a continent, but, like, did you forget the continent of Asia existed? Japan likes Fire Emblem. They like the Fire Emblem characters. Oh, God. But, like, you know, stuff like they added, like, I don't know. Bayonetta was overpowered in Smash 4, so they didn't like Bayonetta, but, like, if you ever played a Bayonetta game, you're like, well, that's accurate to what she does. She combos the shit out of you, and then you die. She combos the shit out of an angel, and then they die. My God. There's only a few examples of, like, oh, I'm not gonna play the game they're from because I didn't like them, and nobody played ARMS, but they put Min Min in the game. Kazuya was the epitome of, I can't input the things, how do people play Tekken? But it might have, unironically, made more people play Tekken 8 when it came out. And then you have Terry that's like, more people bought Street Fighter 6 because they knew who Terry was because of Smash. Oh, God. Sora, he's like the oldest requested character in all of Smash Bros. Sora is the guy that's like, there's a theory that he won the Smash 4 prediction polls. Not prediction polls, the, put this character into the game poll. You know, but I'm pretty sure they couldn't secure the rights back then, so they were like, okay, here's Bayonetta, who's the most popular in Europe. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing there. Yeah. Right. Most popular in Europe. Even though the most popular in Europe was, like, one of the Castlevania guys. I don't know. But yeah, I saw Simon and Richter get put into Smash Bros, and I was like, oh yeah, Castlevania. Cool. Because the only Castlevania game I've actually played is Castlevania Aria of Sorrow on the Game Boy Advance, and that's my favorite Metroidvania. It's probably gonna be my favorite Metroidvania is probably gonna be Hollow Knight soon, because I bought Hollow Knight and started playing it, and apparently Hollow Knight's like really good. You know. Personally, I slightly dislike the Dragon Quest games and their art style, but I'm not gonna give it a decisive opinion because I haven't played it. Exactly. It's like, I played Dragon Quest, and it wasn't, like, the most groundbreaking thing. Specifically Dragon Quest XI. And while it wasn't the most groundbreaking thing in the world, it was fun. It's kind of boring, but, yeah, I mean... It's kind of, well, boring in its execution. You know? It's, like, the most simply play, but, like, the characters are fun. And, like, you know... The characters are fun, and you don't spend too long grinding. Except for, like, halfway through the game, and you're like, why did they put, when you get to, like, the gold dungeon, and they're like, why did they make the level of everything so much higher? I don't understand. Oh, God. But then, you know, when you're in the end game, you kind of, like, it forces you to actually strategize on what you're doing. Like, I thought, well, it's a JRPG. You just, like, you know, you just mash the attack button, and then your attack gets high enough, and then you kill things. But no. No, there was a point where it was like, you had two different magic users, right? And, like, you had to balance their spells together in the mid-game. But in the end, like, I guess spoiler for a game that came out ages ago. It's not really, it's like a soft spoiler. It's like a gameplay spoiler, but, like, eventually, they get, like, combined together, like they fuse together, and you get to use both of their movesets at the same time, and it's like, okay, so they both go from kind of okay healer to they go from kind of okay healer and kind of okay status buff guy to, you know, an actually good utility character, because they do both. You know, and the post-game super boss, where one of your party members can just... You can poison it, and then use an attack that, like, 10 times your damage on poisoned guys. Like, that's also what I liked about Dragon Quest XI. It was an RPG that actually let you do status effects to bosses. Like, there are so many RPGs that are like, oh, you tried to status effect this boss? You're not allowed. Okay. Really? I know Pokemon lets you status effect bosses, because there's not really a lot of bosses in Pokemon. Like Ultra Necrozma, I'm pretty sure you could status effect that guy. You know, my one regret with Gen 7 is why didn't they let us fight Lucamine's, like, fused form? I guess probably because they knew people would hack the game, and then end up using it online, and then people would be like, how do I catch that? That's definitely the reason that they didn't program in Lucamine's encounter as an actual Pokemon, because they know how to do stuff like that. You can tell from, like, Gen 8 onwards that they knew how to do stuff like that. They knew how to make, like, raid boss encounters, but they didn't for Gen 7, you know, because, well, people would hack the game, wouldn't they? And I just joined, what are we talking about? Why Game Freak didn't let us fight... Why Game Freak did not let us fight Lucamine's fused form with Nihilego. Or is it Nihilego? Near the end of Pokemon Nihilism. It'd be Nihilego then, because they're named after nihilism. Nihilego. Anyway, the bit at the end of Pokemon Sun and Moon where Lucamine fuses with Nihilego, and, you know, she's like, oh, big jellyfish monster, and then she sends out a Clefable. I bet the reason why they did that, I bet the reason why they didn't let you catch that, they didn't let you fight that as an actual Pokemon boss, is because they knew that, like, modders would hack that in. They would hack that Pokemon into the game, and then they'd use it online, and then people would be like, I can't believe it. Wow, how can I catch that? You know, all the little kids that'd be like, they don't know any better. They'd be like, how do I get that? Oh, God. But, yeah. Okay, gonna leave. If someone says supernova an actual comment, and it makes sense. Okay. I don't know. I have a Pokemon that... I have a favorite Pokemon that does not show up very often. That's because they're a mythical. I have 2 Pokemon cards of Diancie. Yeah. I love the little Carbuncle. It's so... It's adorable. Like, it's a Carbuncle that has, like, crystals as, like, pigtails, and I think that's cute. Oh, God. I know absolutely nothing about Pokemon, so have fun. Didn't they have a concept for some other raid boss feature in Gen 7? Oh, you mean the totem Pokemon? Yeah, you can catch the totem Pokemon. You can catch the totem Pokemon that get buffs. But when you actually use them in a battle online, they're just bigger. They're not like... They're just a larger Pokemon. There's nothing special about them, they're just a big boy. They don't get, like, the extra stats or whatever. I see you think Game Freak probably doesn't want, human violence against a Pokemon you own. Yeah. Yeah, Did they do that in the anime? I don't know, I don't watch a lot of the Pokemon anime, because usually the Pokemon anime is kinda... bad. Oh, God. Usually the Pokemon anime is kinda bad until they get right to the end, and they're like, okay, here's all the actually interesting story. Because Pokemon... But the Pokemon anime feels like 90% filler. And if you like slice of life anime, you'll probably like the Pokemon one. If you watch Pokemon because it's a shonen, don't. Do not. Because if you want to watch Pokemon anime because it's like, oh, I want to see the cute Pokemon do cute Pokemon things. Yeah, do that. But like, if you want to watch them actually do anything interesting, you basically wait until the end of the season and then watch that. Oh, God. That's what I did with X and Y. Because, like, the X and Y anime, nothing interesting happened until right at the end. Like, every Pokemon anime. Nothing... It's like, the start of it is just like, how are they gonna make Pikachu weaker? And then the middle of it's just, oh yeah, here's the stuff you did in the games, but we're gonna stretch it out to, like, 100 episodes for no reason. You know? Oh, God. And some of them are, like, literally, like, they just don't do anything. Oh, God. And I bet one of the writers at Pokemon has a cross-dressing fetish. Because every single Pokemon season they have an episode of Ash cross-dressing. The writer's barely disguised fetish. Oh, God. That's what I think it is. I don't know. Not the totem Pokemon. I think there was a concept for a raid boss thing in the Pokepelago, I think. Oh, that's a different raid boss thing. Okay. It might have been from the Giga Leaks, I don't remember. Ah, yes, the Giga Leaks. Those days where it was good to be a Pokemon fan because you were like, oh yeah, I get to learn about a bunch of Pokemon that didn't exist. Yeah! Or like, oh boy, I might get to know more about the game that's coming out soon. Oh, God. You know, the nerds like me who are like, wow, Pokemon stuff. Wow, I love it. XY... No, not XYZ. Legend ZA. I'm gonna be playing that when it comes out. I can't speak properly. I'm gonna be playing Pokemon Legends ZA when it comes out. I think that'll be fun. I think that'll be alright. Yeah. I like it. Pokemon anime got good at the start and fell off at the end of Gen 6. Sorry, not sorry, hashtag I'm biased. But when you hear the bam 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 bam, when you hear the fucking Ash Greninja theme play during the battle at the end with the Charizard, and you're like, oh, this shit's going down, isn't it? Holy fuck. You're like, oh shit, it's going down now. Oh, God. I don't know. People liked Pokemon, the anime Pokemon XYZ because of, like, the hype moments and aura. when, like, Greninja would turn into the fancy ultimate power-up form, and then his theme song would play, and you'd be like, oh, yeah! And the opening would play, and you'd be like, oh, yeah! That's my favorite moment in any anime. You know, in general. That's my favorite anime moment in general. Where they play, like, the character's theme during, like, the climax of the fight scene, or, like, the opening, when, like, it's going down. Like, that's... When I watched that in Uma Musume Season 1, like, when they did that, I was like, this is peak cinema. Oh my god. Oh god. You go get him, Special Week. I don't like Special Week. She wins too much. She's a Mary Sue. I like Silent Suzuka more because, like, yeah, she was kind of really good at everything, but it wasn't, like, the anime wasn't always looking at her, and then it, you know, it looked at her more when she had her injury and had to go to the hospital, and they were like, I hope you get better, and she was like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to run better, when the doctor was like, well, I don't think she's gonna be able to run again ever. And then she, you know, breaks a record after that, and I was like, you go, girl! It's so good. Maybe I just like sports anime, I don't know. I haven't watched Season 2 of Uma Musume yet, but I've heard that's good. I watched that before playing the game, by the way. I watched that to see if I would like playing the game, honestly. I watched that to see if I would like the characters, and then I played the game. You know, so I'd have someone to actually, like, root for, and, like, you know, someone who would be like, oh, can I get this one in the gacha or whatever? I didn't know the game gave you, like, a free 3-star. And I got to use Silent Suzuka in the game. Instead of just being, like, one of those other streamers that's just, like, you know, their chat basically says, you'll like this horse, and it's always Gold Chip. It's always Gold Chip. It's like, you know, I knew Gold Chip was the meme horse, but I like Silent Suzuka more. Oh, God. I've started watching JoJo's, and damn, I love when my JoJo characters turn purple and orange for absolutely no reason. I like that about JoJo as well, when they change the colors. And it's like, oh, it's going down now. You have to go now. Bye. Have a nice night. Have a good night, everybody. Oh, God. I do personally think Gen 1 to 5 of the Pokemon animes were more complete story-wise. But even then, the Pokemon anime's main plot was just to beat and become a Pokemon champion. Yeah, I like when they do the anime-exclusive arcs. You know, when stuff happens where it's like, this didn't happen in the games, because, like, it wouldn't be a very good thing in a game, but it fits the medium of anime. Like, the Gen 5 Pokemon anime isn't very good, but it worked. But the good part of it was the Meloetta Temple arc. You know, the underwater temple arc? I'm hearing a shower. Yes, I am. The Pokemon anime, Gen 5. Oh yeah, the Undersea Temple arc, that's what it was called. That's right, the bit where they're like, Team Rocket are trying to find Meloetta because its song can open the thing. I don't know. And then they're like, we have to fight you, and then Ash gets put inside a cube. I don't know. That's what I remember from that. They put him in... Team Rocket put Ash in a cube. They put him in a cube. The weird Zygarde Sundial arc was so peak, rah. Yeah, they didn't do anything with the Sundial in the game, but then in the anime they were like, something actually happens with it. Wow. Oh god. I mean, apparently the question, the theory was like, oh, this is what makes the Mega Stones have their power. And then Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire happened and said, no, they're actually radioactive. No, actually, they're radioactive space gems. Oh god. Actually, they're magic space rocks. Oh, okay. And Rayquaza ate some of them. And that's why Rayquaza can Mega Evolve while holding an item. God. It's like they save a lot of more interesting story moments for the Pokemon anime movie. Well, the Pokemon movies. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I mean, I appreciate the Pokemon movies for giving us fan service, giving us mythical fans fan service, but like, that's it. That's all they're good for. Like, maybe Pokemon, the first movie, was good, because it was actually trying to be a movie. It was trying to be a movie for Pokemon fans, instead of, you know, what they are nowadays, which is, they're for Pokemon fans, and just so happen to be movies. It's like, you know, they're not really well written, exactly. Oh, God. Like, the only thing I even likes about, Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction is the song they used at the end of the Japanese dub. You know. You know that one? Because it was a song by Scandal, and Scandal are a good band. Oh god, Scandal are a good J-rock band. So, you know, if it wasn't for Pokemon, I wouldn't know about a pretty cool Japanese rock band. So, you know. And Japanese rock is very different to, like, Western rock. I call things J-rock, and then people are like, this isn't rock, this is like pop music. And I'm like, that's what J-rock is! It's a cross between J-pop and rock. That's what it is, stupid. Oh my god. Oh god. But yeah, honestly, the Gen 6 Pokemon movie was as shallow as, like, a Mario game in terms of plot. But I got to see a bunch of my favorite little guy in it, so, you know, that's the only reason I watched that movie. Oh god, I was like, oh yeah. They're cute. They're cute. Oh god. But that's about it. I love Pokemon 2000, it's definitely my favorite in the bunch, also same with Pokemon Latios and Latias. I'll tell you, those are the good ones. Those are right before they stop being good. If the term slop was around when the Pokemon movies were coming out, people would definitely use it for, like, Pokemon movies. If you look at Pokemon movies, they probably stopped being good right around 2003. And then we got Mystery of Mew, which I think was alright? I don't know, I never watched it. But, like, pretty much, like, the general consensus is everything past the Rise of Darkrai is shit. Which I wouldn't say is wrong, to be honest. Oh god. Like, some people like Temple of the Sea, but then 2007 was just like, past 2007 everyone would just call all the Pokemon movies slop, because that's what they were. Oh god. Like, there were hints of it in the Jirachi one where it's like, the Pokemon movie is literally just, here's a mythical. Wow. Go to, like, game or whatever so you can get them in your game. And then they, like, rebooted the films. They made, like, actually new ones that are like, I Choose You, which is, you know, they tried. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I Choose You is pretty alright. The Power of Us, I never watched. But apparently it's, like, not one that's just, oh my god, go get the mythical Pokemons. Wow, they showed up. We totally gotta help them do their thing. Because, like, that's literally, like, the formulaic plot of every Pokemon movie. There was a time where there was a formulaic plot to every Pokemon movie that was literally just like, Ash and the gang find a mythical Pokemon. They've gotta go help them on their quest. Wow. And then the film just fucking ends. And I'm like, that was it? Really? Oh god. I guess if you're watching the Japanese dub, they're like, here's a good song at the end. Oh god. I thought they were all epic and awesome. Clearly you have not seen, like, Hooper, The Clash of Ages, which is a really bad film. I'm not judging them as Pokemon movies, I'm judging them as movies. I'm not judging them as Pokemon films, I'm judging them as films. Oh god, it's like, why is it so... It's like if this wasn't Pokemon... what my opinion of a lot of the Pokemon films is like, if this wasn't Pokemon, I wouldn't be watching it. Pretty much. Like, if this was, like, any other franchise with the same plot, I'd be like, wow, this is so boring. Apart from, like, well, I guess it's interesting that, like, a living creature is the MacGuffin, I guess. You know. Where it's like... like... Dance in the Cocoon of Destruction. That film was literally just... That film was literally just, here's a fetch quest. Right, oh, they want to make this thing. but they gotta go to they gotta go to this thing so they can learn how to do the thing good. And then everybody died, I guess. They never foreshadowed it at all. And they were like, here's the big death bird. Pikachu is gonna turn to stone. Which comes out of fucking nowhere, by the way. They're like, Pikachu's dying, by the way. We forgot to put stakes. We forgot to put stakes that people actually care about in this film. Pikachu's dying. And then he gets saved at the end anyway. It's like, okay. Within, like, they don't have time to grieve before he's already back. Oh, God. Before they already bring Pokemon back. Oh, God. What do you mean, Hoopa movie was peak fiction? The Hoopa movie was literally just, here's a bunch of legendaries, buy Oras. Here's a bunch of legendaries, buy Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So that you can get an Omega Groudon for yourself. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's like... It's like they just shout it out. Oh, God. The plot. See, the plot sounds more interesting reading off Bulbapedia. The plot sounds more interesting reading off a goddamn Bulbapedia. Oh, yes, this is the one where it's like, here's a shiny Rayquaza, and Arceus for some fucking reason. Oh, God, it's like, here's Arceus. Why is he here? I don't know. Here's a bunch of legendaries and I'm already hooked. Oh, God. Maybe, okay, don't rewatch it then, because if you rewatched it, you'd be like, wow, how did I like this? Oh, God, were you surprised? Oh, no. What's your opinion of Pokemon TV? My favorite Pokemon quote-unquote game as a child. It doesn't work. Unless you mean Pokemon Channel, which is the game where you talk to a Pikachu. But, Pokemon, TV, the bit that had, like, the bit on the Wii where you could watch episodes of the anime from. It didn't even have all the episodes, I don't think. And now you have to watch, like, 5 different streaming services if you want to watch the whole thing, and it's like, oh my God, why is only one of the seasons on Hulu, and then one of them's on Tubi, then one of them's on Gloopy and Booblo, and it's like, why are there so many streaming services? Please, no. Literally, the Pokemon anime is that one meme. It's on Tubo. It's on Tubi. Meme. That's right. Have you seen the new show? It's on Tubu. It's literal on Hebe. It's on Pooty with ads. It's literal on Dippy. You can probably find it on Weeno. Weeno? That sounds like a Splatoon. That sounds like what they call... That sounds like Splatoon. You can probably find it on Weeno. Dude, it's on Gumpy. It's a Phoebo original. It's on Poob. You can watch it on Poob. You can go to Poob and watch it. Log into Poob right now. Go to Poob. Dive into Poob. You can Poob it. It's on Poob. Poob has it for you. Poob has it for you. Oh, God. You like... My favorite Pokemon is Hatsune Miku. You mean Meloetta? I do. I'm a fan of Meloetta. She's pretty cool. Is Meloetta an instrument? I don't know. I feel like she's the equivalent of, like, one of them It is the equivalent of... I feel like they're the equivalent of one of those, songbirds, you know, that makes noises that sound like human speech, but it actually doesn't know how to talk. I feel like that's what Meloetta is. I'm scared of rewatching it after this conversation, but I'm still very tempted to. You know. At least I have nostalgia to cling to. Well, I have the nostalgia of... See, I don't even... When I rewatched that Pokemon movie, because, you know... I didn't watch... when I rewatch Pokemon, I don't, like, think this is gonna be a good film. I think I'm gonna get fan service of my favorite mythical. Oh, God. That's literally what I thought when I watched the Gen 6, the Gen 6 one. I was like, oh, funny diamond Pokemon. They're cute. They're cute. Oh, God, but there's so many bad ones. I think I Choose You was kind of alright, because it wasn't like... Like, sure, there was, like, mythical shilling in it, but it wasn't just mythical shilling for 90 minutes. It wasn't just 90 minutes of mythical shilling. It was actually, like, a story where the mythical Pokemon actually had something to do with it. And the legendaries weren't just shoehorned in for no reason. To be like, oh yeah, this is a movie, we're gonna make it, like, bigger stakes or whatever. Here's Ho-Oh. It's like, Ho-Oh actually had a reason to be in the film. Like, Ho-Oh was actually relevant to the plot. Oh, God. And Marshadow was actually kind of relevant to... I mean, Marshadow did kind of come out of nowhere in that film and just sort of beat his ass. Like, the only reason Marshadow was even in that was because, one, they wanted you to know that he existed, and two, because they needed a reason for the Pikachu hallucination scene to happen. That's literally the only... But, like, that's more of a reason than most Pokemon movies have for things happening in them. It's like, this Pokemon's away from their home because they were bored and they have the thieves coming after them, so they've got to run away from those guys, and then they've got to avoid them guys while they go and learn how to do things for themselves. Like, Jesus Christ, this is like Disney direct-to-DVD sequel worthy. Oh god. But it all started with, like, Jirachi Wishmaker, because that was like the original one where it's like, we found a mythical Pokemon, they want to go on a quest. Wow, we did that quest. Except Jirachi's was kind of more on the nose of like, this guy only comes out every 100 years. He has a little map, and then he comes out from the sky, and then he's like, wow. And literally the first thing that everyone does is like, I'm gonna use you for your wishes. Don't do that. That's like the last thing you should do with a genie, but they never get like, you know, they never get like, they never wish for the wrong thing and have something bad happen. No. What's the bad thing that happens? Weird, like, Groudon robot shows up and then fucks things up. They try and suck the energy out of the magic boy and then use it to power a robot. It's like, what the where did this come from? What's this fucking Evangelion shit? Oh god. Oh god. I don't even remember what happens in Destiny Deoxys, because, like, something about Rayquaza? I don't know. The Rise of Darkrai is... Darkrai says Dark Void, I think. Darkrai Aura Farms. For... The Rise of Darkrai is just Darkrai Aura Farms for 90 minutes. Pretty much. The one that was... What's the... Is it the Lucario one? No, what's the... It's not here. Wow, the Shaman one was so pointless that it just doesn't even show up on Google. Oh, great. They all have, like, a generic bloody title as well. It's like, this guy and this guy. Wow. Also, I don't know what they did with, like, the Pokemon, like, black and white movies. Like, why did they have, like, version-exclusive, like, films? That was weird. That was very weird. I don't understand why they did that, why they made two separate versions of a film. Like, they didn't need to do that. The anime was called Best Wishes anyway. Oh, god. Oh yeah, Giratina and the Sky Warrior was just 90 minutes of Giratina... No, it was 80 minutes of Giratina aura farming and 10 minutes of Shaman crying. That's what that film was. Oh god. I don't know. The Arceus one was just... Some guy wanted to kill God, and he almost killed God, and then God was like, wow, I hate you now. Goodbye. I'm never going to interact with you guys ever again. Like, Pokemon Legends Arceus, the game, has better plot than that film. Oh god, it characterizes Arceus better than, like, the film does. Because the film just makes Arceus look like a little bitch boy. But then, like, in Legends Arceus, it makes Arceus look like this cool divine being who wants you to, you know everything about the world before you can finally face them in battle, and have it lend them a bit of its strength. You know? That's a cool Arceus. Legends Arceus is better than Jewel of Life Arceus. Because Jewel of Life Arceus is just... well... It's just like, I hate humans. This one guy betrayed me. Oh no, he's betrayed me again. Here's what time travel is. At least they added the, At least they added some, we got the world building of... Wow. Pokemon slavery. I can't believe it. I commit I'm probably nostalgia blind for the Gen 6 movies, but don't tell me that making two different versions of the same movie for Pokemon Black and White isn't the sickest shit ever. But there was literally the same plot. My problem is it's like a waste of budget to make the same film with the same plot and only change, like, a couple things and the title. It's like there's a couple of like version exclusive Pokemon that show up that like, oh, this shows up in this game and this shows up in that game. It's like, okay, cool, I guess, but like, it's cool on paper, but it probably took budget away that they should have been spending on the anime, because the anime only had one like good moment and then the rest of it was kind of you know. Will you ever do a complete Pokemon tier list? Well, now I'll consider it. Now that you've said that. It'll probably take, like, 4 hours, but, you know. Sorry, I'm on fucking Bulbapedia, and I'm just laughing at the concept of film title screens. It's like, they call it a title screen. I don't think that's the actual filmmaking term for it. Filmmaking term for title drop. What's it actually called? A titular line, a title drop. Yeah, they called it a title screen instead of a title drop, which is what it's actually called in a film. They called it a title screen on Bulbapedia for one of the films. Oh my god. Oh god. But yeah, there's two genres of Pokemon movie. There's a Pokemon aura farms and it's a problem for everyone, and then they have to learn the power of friendship. Or a Pokemon, a mythical Pokemon has to be helped by Ash and the gang, and then they learn the power of friendship. Oh god. Like, the only thing I remember about the Keldeo one is that he kicks the door down. That's it. I remember that he kicks a door, and his horn falls off, because I think Keldeo's a unicorn. I don't know, no, it's a Kelpie. It's an Irish thing. That's right. That's right. But yeah, my favorite part about the Pokemon movies is the music they put in them, because usually they're really good. Or they like have a remix of a song that plays in the game, and I'm like, oh yeah! Oh god, like, I wouldn't have heard Scandal. I would have heard of Scandal if it wasn't for Pokemon, so, you know. Yeah. I might actually do a cover of that. It's a pretty good song. It's a pretty good song. Oh god. If I just look up Scandal band. Yeah. I think it's like I think it was this one. Yoake no Ryusegen. I gotta pause that immediately so I don't get copyright claimed if it plays accidentally. Oh god. Translate. Yeah, Meteor Shower at Dawn. That's what it's called. It's a song about waking up early because there's a meteor shower and they want to go watch it. That's pretty much. For some reason, the band Scandal become meteorologists for exactly one song, and then they're never that again. Oh god. They're like, wow, I can't believe it. There's a fancy rock in the sky. Cool. We're a rock band. Let's go look at a rock. You know, it's pretty simple for a plot of a song, but, you know, it's a good song. Anyway. Fangirling over maybe not that good Pokemon movies vocally. Honestly, in the Poke-capitalist world, we live in getting the go-ahead to waste budget on the same movie, but twice is kind of awesome in and of itself. Yeah, exactly. It's like, cool. We get to waste money. Because they're the most popular media franchise in the world. Anyway, if you do it on stream, it'll take like 3 hours long. Oh god. 2 to 3 sections being 3 hours long. Oh god. I'll have to do it with different. Oh yeah, because they keep adding more. Oh my god. Will Balatro ever come back? If I ever want to finish Balatro, maybe I'll do that on stream. I will throw something out there. It's a lot of Pokemon up. It's that a lot of Pokemon openings are hot fire. Yeah, like the Pokemon XYZ opening, which I'm gonna go listen to off stream because it's probably a banger. In fact, I'm gonna put that in my watch later. Oh god, it's like it's a song that's literally about nothing, but wow, look how hyped this anime is. But like, it does its job, okay? Oh god. Like they did. Like I think the Japanese openings are better than the English ones, not just because I'm a weeb, but because usually the English openings, they got lazy in Gen 6, because in Gen 6 it was literally just like, at least the black and white one was an original song that that wasn't just like, oh, here's the Gen 1 song, but like, again, like, really? Like, at least the JP one was like, at least the Japanese one was like, here's all the Pokemon types, we're going on an adventure, or something like that. That's the regular X and Y opening. I don't know if they changed it for X, Y, and Z, because I didn't watch that far. I watched the bit where Lysander died, and that's about it. Oh, God. I watched the bit where the Nazi died. That's right. And if you don't think that Pokemon X and Y did a Wolfenstein plot, Pokemon X and Y did a Wolfenstein plot. It's just, they weren't allowed to call them Nazis in a kid's game. You know. But yeah, Team Flare were basically Nazis. So we got to kill Hitler in a Pokemon game. Well, technically French Hitler, but we got to kill Super Hitler in a Pokemon game. That's right. Oh god. It's like, imagine trying to explain Pokemon X and Y's plot out of context to someone. So you go on an adventure catching creatures so you can collect little badges. And then you kill French Hitler. And then you become the champion of the region. And they're like, wait, can you repeat that second bit? Can you repeat that second bit? What? What? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. It's like you go on an adventure collecting creatures so you can fight them with each other and get all the badges so you can become the champion. And halfway through you overthrow the neo-Nazi party. What? Anyway, I think that's a good note to end stream on. I don't know how it ended up becoming a rant about Pokemon, but like, you know, you know, the music's great. Oh, the English intro's probably shit. Opening. I want the Japanese one. Oh god. Do I have to put JP at the end? Oh wait, now I have to write it as Pokemonsa. That's right. Anyway, listen to all of them. Opening Pokemon Summer Generations containing 3 different openings, also both English and Japanese. Yeah, I know. It like Gens 1 to 3, it was like, the English and the Japanese, they were on equal quality. And then eventually they were like, let's just make the songs in English worse. Oh god. I don't know. I never watched the Gen 7 anime in English, so maybe that has a good opening. I'm getting a British overdose again, because I'm speaking too Britishly. Well, anyway, wow, I've been yapping for 2.5 hours. How did I manage that? I don't know how I managed that. Oh god. If I had a nickel for every time I've watched a blue-haired streamer go on a tangent about Pokemon movies, I'd have 2 nickels. Oh, okay. Well, guess who's gonna be getting a DM later asking me who that is? Oh god, I don't want to do it publicly, but you know. Right, Otsukesho, thanks for coming. And I will see you tomorrow, where we play more Donkey Kong Crystal Collecting game. Aw, yeah! Remember, the Pokemon anime is a hype moments and aura anime.